What's up, everybody? Welcome to Mongols. This is our holiday special show, I guess. We've got a lot of amazing news that came out about the team this week that we are going to touch on. I am Mike Sparks. Joining me, as always, Steve Mattiace and Josh Brokaw. As has been the past few weeks, the comments are open. So if you are joining us live, feel free to add comments on YouTube. They will appear on the screen, and any topics or conversations that you bring up could become subject to conversation. Gentlemen, this is it, man. Christmas is here. I don't know how we got this far so fast. Yeah. Steve, what do you got going on this week, man?
I have no idea. I'm still trying to make a decision. Do
Are
I get
you,
in the car
I was going to say,
drive
are
to
you
North
staying,
Carolina or do I not? I don't know. I haven't made a decision.
Okay. Well, when is your drop dead time? Like, when will you make a decision?
Christmas Eve.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Like, I got a few days. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
North Carolina is not a short trip.
That's the problem, right? Like,
That's a long trip. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's over 7 hours. And so, like, 7 hours for a couple of nights, like, it's just a lot. But it's been a little bit since I've seen my oldest and youngest sister, my nieces and nephew. So we'll see.
Will you play Minecraft with them? It's fine.
Would you take Rory with you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
He's the only dog that's allowed in my parents' house.
I was going to say you could fly, but Rory flying, that would be a lot more of a pain. So never mind.
Yeah. So.
Josh, you're going back to Ohio?
Yeah, it's a lot less of a haul. It's like a 3-hour trip. So it's just like, yeah, I should go home more often. I go home like once or twice a year. But yeah, 3 hours, not a big commitment, and just kind of like just there and back.
What kind of food do you guys do for the holidays?
A lot of stuff I shouldn't have. I've cut out like most cholesterol out of my diet over the last like 5 or so years, and every time I go home, it's like that's not an option. Like everyone, no matter how many times I've been like, yeah, I'm kind of vegetarian now. Try not to eat, this. Every single meal, it's like, well, there's butter, there's meats. Why is there bacon in this casserole? Like, yeah, why not? It's like, all right, whatever.
Well, most of you know that typically around the holidays, we try to do something a little bit different, a little bit special for the listeners. This week is no different. This year is no different. Waiting in the wings, who I'm going to tag in right now, is the one and only captain of the 2025 USL winning Pittsburgh Riverhounds, Mr. Danny Griffin. Danny, how's it going, man?
Doing well, guys. How you guys doing?
Excellent.
What's up, Danny?
What's up?
I appreciate you joining us, Danny. We were just talking about holiday plans. You and Hannah, are you guys staying local or are you going home?
We're heading to Connecticut actually tomorrow morning. So
cool.
Yeah, just finished up doing some last minute Christmas shopping this morning. Packed up the rest of the day today, and then we're heading out early tomorrow morning to be in Connecticut for the next 5 days.
Nice. What's the food selection like in Connecticut? What do you guys eat?
My mom likes to cook a lot, so she's Peruvian, so we eat a lot of Hispanic food, but she mixes up as well. So I know Christmas Eve we'll do dinner at midnight, and it'll be like turkey with like a guiso, so like a sauce that we'll have over the rice. So I'm looking forward to my mother and grandmother's cooking. We'll be excited to head down there and see everyone.
Awesome.
Nice.
Awesome. Are you tired of doing like interviews like this? You've been like everywhere recently because you guys have won. Do you like this, or are you like,
It's a good thing. We have a lot to celebrate this year, and obviously talking with all you guys and the people who have supported us all year long is a blessing. So we enjoy it anytime we can get on here with you guys. So yeah, it's been good.
I didn't have a chance to prep you, but just to let you know, my thought was we're going to spend a few minutes just grilling you because we want to know all about the experience and your headspace, and then I just want to get your read on some of the stuff in the news that's happening with the team. Is that okay? Cool. Yeah. So
cool.
You and I chatted at the beginning of the year because you've had a massive year. Literally, as soon as we started in January, you got married, and at the time, you said that your wedding to Hannah was the best day of your life. Is that still the case? I'm assuming she's not listening, so it's okay.
She's not listening yet. It's still the best day of my life. Yeah. But now winning the championship could be the second.
We'll say it's not a close second, but maybe it is a close second.
And Danny, you can tell us what you really think when we're off air after.
Obviously, massive congratulations. Halfway through the season, I think a lot of us were like, this isn't going to be our year. And then there was like a shift. Did you guys feel that shift? Like, did you just put one foot in front of the other and keep going? Like, tell me how that all played out for you.
I think it was just belief in the group. Like I know a lot of seasons, like there's so many games, 30 games in the season, at least for the regular season. And for sure it has its ups and downs. Like there's some times where like we weren't scoring a lot of the chances we should be. Sometimes we conceded. But obviously you got to just take it week by week. And obviously there's more noticeable like big wins throughout the season that can really like ramp us up. Like I know New Mexico at the time was rolling in their season and had a good start to the year. And then obviously like that was a good win for us at home to be able to beat them and kind of propelled us a little bit. And yeah, I think you just have wins like that. And obviously as a player, like you just try and balance the highs and the lows. So as the season progresses, obviously towards the back end of the year is when you want to be playing your best soccer. And we felt like we kept getting close, but then not really jumping over that hump to like stay in the top four. And we had like a lot of verges where like, okay, you win this game, you're in the top four, and then kind of slipped and then would keep ourselves in that position and then slip. So once we got to that back end of the season and then like knowing like that win against Indy to clinch playoffs and then, okay, everything's still alive and everything fell into our favors to get a home game. And then you see how much that carries you for us to get 3 home games. So I think there definitely were turning points towards the season and like some of those wins to like really solidify us. And I know it wasn't until the Monterey game where we scored 3 goals. And obviously there's games where we would have liked to have more. Like I know we were close in the Rhode Island match. And but I certainly think like throughout the season, we grew a lot as a team. And then, yeah, you just want to be playing your best soccer come playoff time because at that point, it's 4 wins to lift the trophy.
So, I got a follow-up on that, Danny. So, I mean, throughout your time as a player, I mean, pretty much all here with the Hounds, right? Like you've seen it, we've all seen it, that the defense has been a hallmark of every team you've played on in Pittsburgh. But it seemed like something definitely changed this year where there were games that I think early in the season and seasons past, good defensive efforts, but not complete defensive efforts where the team would give up a goal. What do you think it was that shifted that for the team in kind of those last 2+ months of the regular season and then into the playoffs that allowed you guys to, I mean, play lockdown soccer so well for so long?
Yeah, I think it was just constant talk and communication from the coaching staff, from the guys. You know, we always watch film, you always look at it. And I know there's a few games where like you go back and look at like we conceded a goal that like, you know, a lot of things had to go wrong for them to get that goal. Like thinking of the Orange County game, like that was certainly a parental free kick that we gave up. And, you know, that's a game at home. You want to get 3 points. So we definitely look at the film and break those kind of things down. I just think like, yeah, towards that back end of the season, there was just a super keen focus and awareness and like attention to detail that like, yeah, we just didn't want to concede goals. And that certainly carried us through the playoffs, like going 6 games. Ending the regular season and not giving up a goal in the playoffs definitely helped us big time. And like you said, we've had always strong defensive teams. So I think, yeah, it was just that attention to detail at the back end of the season that really propelled us.
I was going to ask. I was like, 5 years now, at least. Like, you know, you had a little stint off playing for the Hounds. 2020, I think, is when you came in.
Yeah, this is my 6th season. Yeah.
6 seasons. So, like, I'm just curious, like, from the beginning to now, how much has this organization changed, or how much, like, has it changed a lot? Does it feel different? Like, just the vibe of, you know, going from when you first were here to now, how's it feel like this organization has grown?
I feel like the organization has grown a lot. You see, like, Jeff came in as the president. You see this, you know, I feel like we've gained more traction, and like people are more aware. Not that there was never like obviously our fans, Steel Army, everything has been tremendous. The atmosphere we have at our home games. I think there's even like maybe the marketing doing a good job. Like propelling us and having more eyes on us and put us out there, and certainly winning a championship definitely helps that as well. So I feel like the organization is growing in the right ways, and obviously having that stadium expansion is just a lot of excitement for Pittsburgh sports and Pittsburgh soccer, to just continue growing the game. And the World Cup's here this summer, so just to keep rallying off of that, rallying off us winning a championship. I think obviously we're heading in the right direction. It's been a long time coming, like 26 years in the making of the club. I've been here for 6 years, and just thinking about the people I've crossed paths with while I was here, guys that made it the transition for me easily, like Kennard Forbes and Jordan Dover, Ryan James, Steven Dos Santos, those guys. They made that transition easy for me, and then as I grew as a player and as a leader, trying to make that transition easier for the guys coming in. And the quicker you get everyone on the same page, the quicker you start firing on all cylinders. And obviously you see how a team grows throughout the season. And we've definitely been able to find our stride as the season carries along.
Nice.
Take us back to that final moment. Okay. You're on the field in Tulsa. You guys are standing at the halfway line. Beto is lining up the shot for the final pen. What is going through your mind? Are you thinking it's going in? Are you nervous? Like, what was your headspace? Also, where are you in the penalty kick lineup? Because I kept waiting for you to show up. Where do you fall?
Junior actually said he was going 6th, and then Alal was like, "Yeah, I'm 7th." So I guess I thought I would be in and around there, but probably, we trusted the 5 guys that were taking the kicks. We practiced them a lot. Eric making saves, even Grant, Jacob, Ben, like those guys stayed out with us right after every training session and took 100 penalties, like 4 from everyone. So we were definitely confident, as like that was our 3rd time going to penalties. So we know every time. I mean, I'm standing next to the guys, standing with Jackson, and we're talking to each other. And we're like, we know Eric has a big save in it for us. And we trust the 5 guys taking the kick. Beto's been there before, obviously, scoring the winning kick in Detroit. So I think there was just a full confidence from the group. Like we look at each other, and Bertina scored the first goal, so it's always a good start for us. And we just kind of had that feeling. And then once we saw Eric make the save on the one, it was just like, yeah, I don't see any of us not making it. Like Chase is going top bins there. It's cold.
Hey, all of our hearts skipped a beat when Chase hit the crossbar. Yeah.
I'm sure there's a little bit of nerves in there for everyone, but yeah, we just trusted takers, trusted the fact that we've been there before, trusted the keeper that, Eric looks so big in goal. So for their team to go up and take a penalty, I think there was just so much belief in the group that, I think guys just talked about it in a way it was like a moment of destiny for us. And yeah, I think there's just so much belief that we were going to get it done. So yeah, when Beto was up there taking the kick, it was like, all right, once he makes this, we're going to go enjoy this with the fans.
We're going to get to Rob Vincent in a second, but how much of that lineup, that choice, is Rob saying this is what we're going to do, and how much of it is guys saying I feel confident, put me in that spot?
Rob kind of leaves it up to the guys. So there's obviously guys that are like, yeah, I want one, and you're practicing penalty kicks, you're feeling good about it. So yeah, there are a bunch of guys that Chase was one of those guys. Like he didn't take a penalty in the first 2 games, but Chase, immediately when Rob was talking about it, who's going to take it, Chase yeah, I want. And yeah, when a guy's feeling that good and feeling like that, it's like, yeah, you give it to him, and we trust everyone on our team. And as much as we practice it, it's just one moment there, taking a penalty kick, you and the keeper. And I think we just had a lot of belief in our group to do so.
So you guys win the cup, obviously first time in 26 years. You personally, I had asked you at the beginning of the year about your advice to a Riveters captain, and you said, embrace it, leave your mark. It's a special honor. You are now the first captain in Hounds history to lift both the Eastern Conference Champions Trophy and the USL Championship Trophy, leaving your mark. Has this sunk in yet? Are you still riding the wave, or what's your headspace right now?
I think for sure it's sunk in. The first week after, just letting that all in before Thanksgiving, it definitely hit me then. And I think pretty quickly afterwards, obviously I think right now my focus is on next season. Obviously announcing the signing, just thinking about the guys we're gonna have back and going into next season, and just wanting to get there again. But I just remember after the game, we were on the field for a while celebrating with the fans. My dad and uncle were there, so they got to come on the field. And then being in the locker room with the guys, I was just sitting on the couch with Kenny, and we were both just immediately talking about, all right, how do you get back there again next year, and just doing it all over again. And that's probably an hour after the game. And yeah, So I think the mindset like switched pretty quickly. And obviously we had the rally downtown, and that was awesome to see the fans show up for us. And Pittsburgh fans love their sports here, so that was amazing. So that definitely added to it, like seeing all that and like the way the city celebrated us was amazing. So that definitely added to it. And then I think after that it just kind of sunk in, and like we did this. We got to lift the trophy for our club, and you're gonna see the star on the jersey next year. So all those things, and it'll be nice to see that for the first time. But I think obviously now my mindset is just on next year and wanting to go back and get back there.
Yeah.
You kind of let it slip. Sorry, you.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say with what was it, the actual celebration in the city. You came up and you said like, let's do it again next year. So like everyone knew you were coming back pretty much. Did you know that early that you were coming back, or were you just like, I'm hoping I'm coming back?
At the time, a deal wasn't done yet, but obviously my mindset's always Pittsburgh first. Pittsburgh's become a home to me. So I think quickly after that was when we got everything done and got the deal done. But in my mind, I never wanted to leave Pittsburgh, and I knew right away, like, my wife and I are just like, Pittsburgh's our number one spot, and that's where we want to be. And just how I've grown through the club and the people that have been there for me, and I'm loyal to everyone here. So we knew we wanted to be here.
Nice. Let's talk about the deal for a second. So it's a 2+1 deal. When you sit down and have that conversation, you and I have talked a lot about how Bob would kind of play you anywhere, center back, like forward. We talk about your best position. This deal, in theory, could carry you through to like USL Premier. Did you have that conversation as part of the deal? And then did you have a conversation about where you think you'd like to play, or was any of that part of that conversation with the deal, or was it just like, I want to come back?
It was more just I want to come back. Like, we knew I want to be in Pittsburgh. Obviously, I know the club has the ambitions, and whenever they start the league, I know it's proposed to start in 2028. Pittsburgh is active and wanting to be in the first division. So my first thought, like, I wasn't thinking about that. I was just thinking about like Pittsburgh's my club, and that's where I want to be. And once we got the deal done, I was happy with that. And you'll see where the cards fall after that, when that comes out.
So you talked a little bit about this, I think, a few minutes ago, but obviously, I mean, Rob took over 3 weeks before the end of the season, and so coached those 7 games. But then you and Kenny are sitting there talking about like, how do we do this again, right? And I say that to say there's a recognition that this is a team that Bob Lilly built. And Rob Vincent is building the team for next year. So as captain, as a guy that's been around for a while, what do you think, or how do you plan on keeping things in terms of the culture in the locker room that are important that you think for the Riverhounds, but also moving into a new era and stepping into what, I mean, maybe but we don't know what things are going to look like in terms of Rob's plan when he's not working with somebody else's system and trying to adapt that when he's starting from scratch, right? So how do you conceptualize like taking that step and walking through that transition and bringing other guys into that as well as captain?
For sure. I think, being here for 6 years, I knew exactly what Bob wanted. Bob's done so much for the organization, what he's built here, how much he's helped me as a player. There's a true appreciation there, and I'm truly grateful for him. And, having the captain on the field, like Kenny was always like having another coach on the field. That's how it was. And obviously that was as good of a captain as I can get, for me coming into the league, and then to fill those roles and just try and do that. And then you have other guys on the team who's leaders in the group. So Robbie's certainly a leader in the group, Sean this year. So it's just on those guys to kind of keep that culture. And I feel like in all my years that I've been here in Pittsburgh, we've always had a close-knit locker room, guys that are very close. And then obviously guys that are shapeshifters, in Bob's system, we've always had guys that can play multiple positions. And you have times where like, it feels like there's almost 8 center mids on the field at times, because you have all the center mids and center mid, and then you have someone playing center back, and then maybe someone has a wing back. So I think that's something that we've always been good at. And I think that's something that we need to carry. And obviously it's the role of me and the leaders on the team, but also Rob is someone who's played for the club, has the identity of the club, has coached under Bob, and certainly did a good job those last 7 games, and someone that the club has and I have full confidence in to keep going forward. And I think that's what you just want to build off of what we were able to do last year. So yeah, like guys coming in this year, that's what it's going to be like. They saw what it took. Guys that are returning know what it took to get here, and know that next year is going to be even harder. We're going to have a target on our back. Everyone's going to give us their best shot, and we certainly just have to enjoy that. Like I'm even saying that right now. I'm excited about it. I want the games to come around. And I know I got another month to wait till the guys are back in town and we can get going. But yeah, I think there's an excitement and a trust there, and yeah, you just want to build off of last season.
There was a ton of news that came out this week that I want to pick your brain about. But before we dive into the news, I have one last question. You guys got the cup. What is the craziest thing that you did with the cup that you can share with us? I know we saw pictures of baby Mertz in the cup, but we've heard stories about like the Stanley Cup ending up in a swimming pool. Like, did you guys do anything fun with the cup like that?
We were at the cool thing, we were at a pub after the game. So it's like the game was so early that I think it was like 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. We got back to the hotels and like went to the pub that was across the street. And so my family's there, other guys' families were there. People in the club, like the media, staff, everything were there. And so it was really cool to just everyone get there, order some food, drinks, just be there with each other. And then we got pitchers of beer, and they filled the trophy with the pitchers of beer. I think everyone took a sip out of the beer and had their turn with the trophy and drinking out of that. And then I know again on Monday before guys like shipped off for Thanksgiving, we got together as a team and did the same thing. Ended up finding some beer in the trophy again. I know the trophy was broken, so there's like actually a screw in the handle. I think we were pulling it too hard, so on one of the sides there to fix the handle and have that fixed there. Yeah, that's probably the craziest thing that happened with the trophy.
How many pitchers of beer could you fit in that thing?
I'm not sure. I didn't see when they filled it up, but I would assume it was like 5 or 6 at that point. It's pretty good, pretty heavy trophy too. Like 2 guys had to carry it and pour it in, like when the guy would go and drink from it. So, yeah.
Nice,
awesome. All right, well let's get to some of the news. Like I said, I know that you're heading out of town tomorrow, so we don't want to keep you too long. First up, in addition to you getting your 2+1 deal that we talked about a little bit, Jackson Walty signed a 1+1 deal. We were talking at that midfield there. You guys have so many bodies in that midfield that clearly makes it difficult to kind of pick itself. Walty seemed to be kind of the MVP of the early part of the season in terms of what he was able to do. And I think most interestingly, we said having Walty kind of playing that holding midfielder position kind of helped push you a little bit forward. Later in the season, you were dropping back a little bit more. Do you have a preference in terms of where you are?
No, I definitely don't have a preference. Just obviously reading the game and knowing when to come back on the ball. But obviously, I certainly trust Brad, Jackson, Robbie when he comes deeper. Like there's a lot of fluidity in our midfield, and that's something we wanted going into it. Like multiple guys are comfortable with both going forward or going back. So obviously, me, getting up higher, getting in the box, scoring a few more goals. Obviously, like scoring goals, but I also like doing the dirty work as well. So it's just a true system that we have. Like we're completely comfortable with whatever midfielders in there to get the job done. And you have 4 guys, obviously the way we were playing at the back end of the season with Robbie, Charles, me and Brad, but you put Jackson in there and you don't skip a beat. So whatever the combination is, we all know our jobs and we know what we got to do to push each other, and obviously that creates competition and training that's ultimately beneficial to all of us. We're pushing each other all year, and if there's ever someone that's out, it's the next man up, and we trust anyone to get the job done.
Awesome. Steve, Josh, do you guys have any thoughts on Walty re-signing? I know that we were like, if Brad's coming back, is Walty coming back? I think we all hoped he was coming back. But Steve, your thoughts on Jackson?
I mean, my hot take, this is because of you, Danny, because I have made this claim on the podcast for years that you may be the best defensive midfielder we've seen in the past 8 years, but I don't think it's your best position. And so having another good defensive midfielder on the field is really important. So a few weeks ago, right after you guys won it all, I said, like, if we're talking about players, like, this is my hot take that if we've got to choose between Brad and Jackson, I want to see Jackson back because I think it puts Danny in a position where he really has the freedom to go forward. Thrilled to have them both back though, right? Like it is fantastic because we saw, I mean, Mike, you're right. Like, I mean, we thought for the first 3 months of the season that Walty was going to be our Mongols player of the year. And then Robbie just turned it up a notch and like went wild, right? Like, and so it wasn't that Jackson was doing anything less. It's just that Robbie went insane. So I mean, it's exciting knowing that we're keeping a large portion of our midfield, which is where everything has run the past few seasons. Love it.
Yeah.
For sure.
Josh, you're happy, I'm sure.
Yeah, I love Walty. He's one of the people I talk to, I think, the most after games, and so like always fun to have a conversation with him. And I think he's a great player. He fell off halfway through the season. I don't know if it was more him falling off or him falling out of favor, but I know that he's good at what he does, and I'm excited to see a system where hopefully it favors him more next season than what it was later in the season this time around. But yeah, I think it'll be a great.
To your point, Josh, about like the interpersonal connections with Jackson. I don't think I talked about this live on the podcast. I know I shared it with you guys, but during the game when Robbie scored against Rhode Island, I was on the one side of the goal trying to get good footage because I figured if we score, he's going to go to the corner that the players are warming up in. And he's on the other side, so he has to run the other way. Everybody rushes over there as they're walking back. Like, I'm just holding the monopod with my phone on it, taking video, right? And Jackson looks at me, gives me a face, and fist bumps my hand. I was like, oh, that's Jackson. That's great. Love it.
So Jackson's back. Danny, we talked about how you're back, which we're obviously thrilled. We kind of figured you and maybe a few other people would be back, but we're thrilled that you're back. The other big news that we've been talking about is who was the coach going to be, because it was just announced that it was Rob Vincent. We kind of had feelings maybe that decision was happening behind the scenes and we just weren't privy to it or whatever. Danny, you talked about it a little bit. What does it mean having Rob Vincent now as your full-time coach to you?
Yeah. Rob is someone, played for the club. He played as a midfielder as well. Obviously, I know he had some seasons with some big goals here, and I've seen the highlights of some of his goals. And Rob's someone that I've become close with over the years. Like, I remember last offseason when it's usually just Robbie and I in town. Sometimes there's a couple other guys, but for Robbie and I live here full time, so we'll be training at the facility, keeping ourselves ticking. And Rob was putting together sessions for Robbie and I, and all three of us playing in the midfield. Rob put together really good sessions for us that we enjoyed, technical sessions and just stuff that we can work on as a midfielder, and then the stuff that he did as a player. So we always enjoyed that. And then obviously his soccer IQ is excellent. He knows, he kept our identity the same, and he's been a Pittsburgh player. He coached with Bob for the past 2 years. So, him gaining that experience as a coach and obviously being a part of our academy beforehand and having all that experience as a coach I think it's something that he's going to relish the opportunity to be able to be a head coach now. He's certainly going to enjoy it, and then we're going to enjoy having him as a coach. The ideas he brings to the table and what he can do, and his kind of attacking options, and just the way he wants to build it, the way we want to play, and obviously not wanting to give away too much. But I feel like the fans will be excited with the way we want to play next year and what we look to do on the field. And obviously you got to go out there and obviously surpass all those expectations, but you got to get the job done and do things both ways on the field.
So we're big fans of Rob. I plan on talking to him. He's not going to give me an answer to this, so I want you to answer on his behalf. Typically, the relationship between a head coach and assistant coach, you have sort of the bad cop, good cop. And I could very much see Rob being kind of the good cop to Bob's bad cop at times. When he took over, was there a switch, or did he just keep being good cop?
I would say when he took over, I don't say like obviously I know, even like thinking about my time in college too. There's always like the head coach is usually a bit more stern, and the assistant's like more the one that you joke around with. I think about my assistant coach at college. We go play 2-touch in his office. Someone that I'm close to all of those coaches as well, and still keep in touch. I would say there was definitely a switch, and but Rob's obviously he's someone you can go up and talk to, and I feel like I've always had that relationship with all my coaches, Bob. Rob, Bushy, Vis when he was an assistant, and obviously being more with us at the back end of this last season. So I feel like, there's definitely a switch once you go from being that assistant to a head coach. You kind of take that step away a little bit, but obviously you still have a relationship with your players and, the constant communication between the coach and the leaders on the team. So I don't know if I would say bad cop or good cop. It's just more, he takes his role seriously, and obviously it switches once you're the head coach and the details to everything and kind of what your role is at that point.
Spoken like a true captain, Danny. But Bushy's always bad cop, right?
Which is, it depends on the day, but no. Give them a hard time, but they're all excellent coaches. You know, people that the whole team. You know, we respect them all, and obviously enjoy the staff that we have, and what we were able to do in the past couple of seasons. So you just want to keep getting better, and those are certainly guys that are hungry to do so.
Yeah. Who else is signing that we don't know about, Danny? No.
Whoever's probably watching this time better not say it.
Grubba just comes in.
Grubba is definitely watching tonight.
So, guys, in addition to the signings, obviously the other big thing that happened this week was that the schedule was released. Obviously, for those who don't know, we tend to always start on the road. First 3 games away. We play the Battery on March 7th, Loudon on March 14th, Rowdies on March 21st, and then we're home to face Jacksonville on March 28th. Danny, we seem to always start the season away. That seems to be the norm.
Yeah.
Are you the type of person that likes to play away because it's like a galvanizing moment for the team, or are you more of like a home cooking comfort, I know what to expect kind of guy?
I feel like we all like home. We like playing at home more because we're in front of our fans. You know, you have that full week of training. You don't have to travel. And then, you get the Steel Army to have our back there and be loud and keep us energized, and the atmosphere that's created there. So we always like to make this place a fortress and make it hard for teams to come in. So I think, obviously, first and foremost, we always prefer being home. But I think even to start a season, like we're kind of gotten used to, like you play those first 3 games, and you want those games to go well. You know, that's when you're first starting to fill out, because obviously in this league, there's so much turnover, and getting the team up to speed and getting to play the way you want to play. I think, you know, you play the first couple games on the road, and then there's a month where you might be home. So like usually the summer months, like we're usually home for all of June or all of July. So that's always a big thing when you're getting to your better form, to have all those games at home, and you want to take advantage of all those games at home. I know this year we didn't take advantage of all of them. So I think, everyone prefers to play at home, but certainly you take the task going away, playing in front of maybe a hostile environment or whatever it is, whether it's grass, wherever we're playing. You relish that, and obviously wanted to upset their fans and want to just take care of the point, taking care of the game and get the 3 points and bring them back home.
Do you pay attention to the schedule launch at all, or are you just like, I got to go play them anyway, so it doesn't really matter?
I did see the launch, but like during the season, I'm not like really knowing 3-4 games ahead, like who's our next 4. Obviously, like you're playing this weekend, you probably know who you're playing the weekend after. But I think it's just as the game goes, you have to play everyone. And in the Eastern Conference, you play everyone twice. In the West, you'll see who you play. But home or away, you got to take care of business because every point matters for us.
What's the one away game that you really look forward to?
The one away game, it's always, this might be a hot take, but it's always Hartford because my family's from there. So I always enjoy getting to go there. It's 15 minutes from where I grew up. Get to see my parents, grandparents. So that's always my favorite away game. I know the Florida games are nice too because my aunt and uncle live up there. So I get to see them, have them at the game. So anytime family can be in the stands, it's my favorite. So
what about home game? Is there a team that you like to see at Highmark?
Team I like to see at Highmark, I would say I enjoyed playing Rhode Island at home. I would say I enjoyed playing them at home. They're a good team. Whenever you're playing a familiar face too, obviously everyone knows how close I am with Deco. He's a brother to me. So you enjoy playing those games and battling against guys that you've played against, over the years. There's a lot of guys we've crossed paths with, good players here that end up moving on after their 2 years. So whenever you get to match up against a guy that you've spent time with, obviously you want to get the win against them. So I'd say games like that.
Yeah. Josh, I know the Steel Army like combs through the schedule and has all the gems already picked out. Anything in particular you're looking forward to?
Yeah, actually, Battery being March 7th, there's a lot of Steel Army members going to that first game. It just happened to be that it's the first game of the season, but a lot of people like going to Charleston. It's a pretty good away trip for most of us. So I know Liz and I are going I'm going for the first time. Liz has gone before. And yeah, I'm looking forward to that one a lot. Having a lot of these so close though, like having like Loudon is also easy away trip right afterwards. Like, oh man, like I'm probably not going to do Loudon just because I'm going to be in Charleston before that. And then there's always the Louisville and the Detroit games are pretty close, so those ones people are latching onto those already. But yeah, I'm just focused on battery. I'm looking forward to going to Charleston. Never been, so making it a long weekend of it. So it'll be fun.
Yeah. It was good to see that there will be a July 4th game at home against Brooklyn. We talked about Brooklyn being a new team this year, Brooklyn and Jacksonville. So that'll be fun. Steve, anything, any particular dates you've circled on your calendar?
I mean, it is that July 4th game. I mean, I talked, was it last week or 2 weeks ago, about how I think it's awesome to have a USL club in New York City. So to have that game be on the 4th of July game, the 4th of July games are always a lot more fun. And so those few years where we didn't have them, it felt like something was missing from the season. So to have that back last year and this year, that's the game on my calendar that I'm looking forward to most.
Awesome. Guys, that was the major big news of the week. One other thing is that, Danny, I don't know if you know this, there is a contingent of us that are now getting victory tattoos to celebrate you guys winning the championship. You have tattoos, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any advice for anybody who does not have a tattoo that is going to be getting a Hounds one?
Just don't get in a place that hurts. Like somewhere over the bone tends to hurt a little bit more than somewhere else. There's places that hurt.
Mike, how you feeling?
Danny, I'm planning on getting it on my shin, like it's a shin guard, and like that's, yeah. Your laugh fills me with confidence.
Yeah, let's see. I know, like the one I got behind the ear, the part on the bone was when they were shading it in. That's when it was like the first part. I was like, oh, it's not too bad, and then they started shading it in, and that's when I was like, oh.
Is it are we talking like tears? Like how much pain am I setting myself up for here?
No,
You'll be fine.
Yeah, you'll be good.
We're gonna film this, and I'm gonna play this back, and of Danny saying you'll be good. Yeah.
And then are we gonna get like a shot of you in tears, Mike?
Yeah. Danny, are you or any of the guys getting tattoos?
I have these two I got were probably like my freshman year of college. So I haven't gotten any in a while, but like I've talked about it over the years if I wanted to add more. And I definitely do want to add more. So I'm not sure. That hasn't come to my mind recently about getting anything new right now. But there's been a few that I've had. But I don't know. I haven't heard of any of the guys if they're getting any tattoos.
Come on, man. Oh, you get a shin one just like me. We're getting together.
Get matching shin guards.
You got to do it quick before preseason kicks off.
This is really where Grubba jumps in and is like, no, don't do that, Danny. Oh, man. Guys, I think that's it. Danny, I always want to be respectful of your time. I know you said you're heading out to Connecticut. Are you guys driving or flying?
Driving. So we have a puppy, Prince, so that we could take him. We're making the drive down. So it'll be like an 8-hour drive, but I've done this so many times. So yeah, we'll leave early in the morning and get there at a decent time tomorrow.
All right. Well, listen, I mean, congratulations again. Obviously, massive year. Are you gonna now, because you started the year with a wedding, are you and Hannah just gonna renew your vows every year and expect the same outcome?
We might have to. I know we'll go away the 31st to the 4th just for our 1 year. Just we'll do a staycation a few hours away from here. We've done trips like that before, so we're doing that to celebrate. But yeah, that's not a bad idea at all.
Listen, it could be worse. So you renew your vows. I said Robbie Mertz has to get a kid every year now. So they just have to keep getting pregnant and yeah.
So many weddings, so many kids.
That's right. Yeah.
He's got it's probably about the same.
Yeah, that's fine. It's fine. Well, Danny, thank you so much, man. Enjoy your holiday. Obviously, you guys don't get that much of a break. You're back in the gym. I'm assuming preseason training starts in January. Yeah.
Yeah. I think our first day back will be the 26th.
So yeah, you guys are right back into it.
Yeah, a week or two before then. So shorter off season, but I think guys like it that way. You take the time off, but then once you're gone for 2 or 3 weeks, you're like, all right, I'm ready to get back to training, depending on how the body's feeling too. So yeah, you take some time, but yeah, guys will be itching to get back here soon.
Yeah. Well, thank you, sir. We appreciate it as always. Enjoy your holiday, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Happy holidays.
Thanks, everybody. We'll be back with more Hounds content soon.